What would you say is your favorite running shoe right now? I'll tell you what, not just right now, but ever. I know it sounds like I'm exaggerating, but the Nike ZoomX Invincible Run FlyKnit 2 is absolutely the best shoe that I've had the privilege of running in. Check these highlights. The best running shoe I've had the privilege of running in. The Nike ZoomX Invincible Run 2 FlyKnit. It's a very big statement I just made, but I'm about to back it up and explain why that's my view. Before I get into that, my name is Aubrey and I'm not good at running, but I'm getting better. Thank you to everyone who subscribed. Please do consider doing so. It means a lot to me. Anyway, I want you to know that is a statement I'm making after owning the Nike Vaporflies. I also own Adidas's Adios Pro 2 and the Cloud Monster. So I'm not just randomly giving you content for the sake of it or trying to make it clickbaity. In my opinion, this is the best there is. And here is why. So price point. At £164 from the Nike Store app. I ordered it on a Thursday. I got it on Saturday. Very good service. But the price point was absolutely fair. Simply because of what this shoe does. Now, the one thing I'm going to talk about is the cushioning. That is the headline here. For those of you that had the previous version, unfortunately, you guys are in a disadvantageous position of having to compare the previous version and trying to see what improvements have they made. Whereas for me, I never wore the first one, so I get to see this at face value for what it is. The second thing I want to talk about is the midsole. I have tried on plenty of shoes, but no shoe does what this does. All the way from the heel down to the forefoot. It's got a 37mm stack. 28 on a forefoot, that's a 9mm drop. And I think for me, those are just numbers. It doesn't practically tell you how it feels when your foot is in there. All I can tell you is I fell for the hype and I love my Cloud Monsters. No one can tell me any different. The cushioning here is absolutely world class. And I could not believe it. And I still don't want to say this because I'm an on-running fanboy. But this here blows it out of the water. Simply because it is throughout the whole shoe. It doesn't actually feel like my foot hits the ground throughout the whole shoe. I've had shoes that do very well in the heel, some in the forefoot, but this is cushioning throughout. That ZoomX cushioning on this is world class. If you've got the first version of this shoe, you will know what it's like. They haven't made any significant changes to the sole of the shoe. So I haven't seen anyone complain about it. I've had some chat about the shoelaces and I'll get to that in a second, but I absolutely love this. It seems strong, it seems resilient. Three things about the uppers. One, if you look at the tongue, whilst it looks like it's a separate unit from the shoe, it actually isn't. It's got almost attached, so it almost fits like a sock. For those of you that are non-technical, that's what you should expect. The other thing I want to talk about are the laces. Now, I've had people talk about these laces saying, oh, they've gone for the wider ones and they fray easily. Guys, it's a £164 shoe. If the laces are a problem, go get new ones. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure you can find red ones to match this too. For me, I think it's a very petty point to score against this amazing shoe. And I actually love the wide fitting one simply because it goes in line with the FlyKnit. For me, it would seem slightly disjointed when you've got a fly knitted thick upper and then you've got thin laces. Simply because the cushioning, and this I love, The cushioning you get from the midsole when you step into it is matched by the cushioning and the hold that the uppers give your foot. For me, I think the laces are perfect. That's just me. The only concern I have about the uppers being FlyKnit, there's a thickness to them that you don't get in a shoe like this. So if I show you, if I actually move my finger inside this shoe, you'll probably be able to see it. And when you're doing long distances, you want your shoe to breathe. You want it to have that aerated feel, and you don't feel too hot. That would be my only concern with these when you're doing long distances. I wonder how that would feel. And here are the more subjective areas. The look of the shoe, the color, absolutely. I love red. Red's my favorite color. And I've got red tops, red outfits that I didn't actually have shoes for. So hey, this is gonna work. One thing I wasn't too sure about is the back of the shoe. It looks like a spaceship. It looks like they had extra material and thought, yeah, let's just lug it on at the back. But it's actually grown on me. I get it. It supports your heel strike when you're landing your foot that way. But I actually love it aesthetically as well. So a big plus on that too. Look, in summary, I've got plenty of running shoes. I've tried on plenty of running shoes. This is literally the best experience I've had running in a pair of shoes. The cushioning on this shoe is unmatched.